tell you, and I don't give a crap. I'm just going to tell you, you know, it's nobody has been tooting the horn of Alundra Blaze, Deborah Maselli, Madusa more than Vince Russo for the last 20 years. Nobody. As a matter of fact, Deborah Maselli was on my show 6 months ago, and I put her over literally like she was the second coming, and I threw a stink that she wasn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. I threw a fit. How can you have a Hall of Fame without Madusa? And my relationship with Deborah goes back to 1994. I was the editor of the WWE magazine. I wasn't writing television yet. You know, Madusa, was working there as Alundra Blaze, and we formed a relationship. And I spent a lot of time with her. So you're really looking at from 1994 to 2015. That's how long I've known this girl. I've put her over to nauseam. Right behind Moolah, she's the greatest female wrestler of all time that I've ever seen. Hands down, has nothing to do with her being my friend. Literally had a conversation with her 2 weeks ago. And I'm not even going to tell you what the conversation was about or nothing like that, but literally had a conversation with her before she was inducted in the Hall of Fame. Okay? So I consider Deborah Maselli a friend. I consider her a friend. So now I'm looking forward to this speech. I think this is such a great moment for her. She has deserved this. She's gone through a lot the last 20 years with the trash can gimmick, which Bischoff held a contract over her head to do. But of course, the WWE has held that against her for 20 years, and she's had to live with it. So this was her shining moment. So here's her biggest fan, sitting there waiting to hear what she has to say, because I'm so proud of her. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening, and the next thing I know, she's pulling a bottle of barbecue sauce out of a garbage can and taking a shot at me. The guy that has loved her and that has stood behind her and that has promoted her for the last 20 years. The guy that just had a conversation with her on the phone 2 weeks ago in front of a national audience, when there is no way for me to defend myself. She takes a cheap shot at Vince Russo. And, I got to tell you, again, I'm sitting there and I'm just saying to myself, this is the wrestling business. This is what the wrestling business is all about. This is why you're not in it. This is why you couldn't last another day in it. This is why you don't want to go back there, because these are the wrestlers. This is how they are. 20 years, this girl's your friend. The second she's on a WWE stage, she's taking a shot at me. Now, I'm certain, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm certain that Madusa didn't write that herself. That it was the WWE who wrote that, because those guys love forever taking shots at me. Thinking I can't defend myself. And I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you right now. They're going to be in for a really rude awakening. Because you can kick a sleeping dog for a while until the sleeping dog wakes up and takes a big chunk out of your ass. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. That's another story for another time. So I'm sure they wrote it and it wasn't her. But even if that's the case, I think that's worse. Because here's the guy that supported you for 20 years. Now they put you in the Hall of Fame. They give you their Legends contract. And you're going to go up on a stage and take a shot at me? Bro, sister, that's wrong, man. That's wrong. That's hurtful. And that's something I would never, ever in my wildest dreams ever do to you.